today I wanted to do another tag video for you. This time it's a music tag. I actually looked it up on Google and I saw this website which was basically like filled with all sorts of YouTube tags and weblog tags. Things like that, just all collected onto one website, which is really very handy. So I have no idea actually who made this tag originally, because, you know, someone just put it on the website, but I don't know if it's the person who made it, and yeah. But yeah, I did edit it a little bit, because there were originally 20 questions, but I felt like at least my answers to like half of those questions would have been sort of the same. And I don't want to keep repeating myself, because that will probably be boring for you to watch. So I just reduced it to 12 questions. And yeah, let's get started. First question is, which bands or artists do you buy the most albums by? Actually, I never really buy albums, because most of the music I like is from like the 70s and 80s, so it's easier to just buy like, you know, like compilations of all the like albums with all like their best songs on it. Yeah. I do have many Europe albums on CD actually, which I bought when I was in high school. And then later I came to the conclusion that I actually liked the way the singer looked and not the music all that much. So yeah, never really listened to those anymore, but I still have them somewhere in a box in the back of our room. What was the last song you listened to? That was Lightning Strikes Again by Dokken, because I just filmed I just filmed a makeup tutorial, and I like to listen to music while filming a makeup tutorial that I'm going to do a voiceover on later, because otherwise I sit here in silence and that would be boring. And I had this old record player up in the attic here, so yeah, I just listened to a record and that was the last song on the record, so that was automatically the last song I listened to before I started filming this. What song is listed on your iPod or phone right now, or CD player, record player, whatever you use? I actually don't know which song is listed on my iPod right now, because I, like yesterday during work I did listen to it, but I had it on shuffle and I really can't remember which song it played last before I switched it off. I never actually listen to music on my phone, because I'm always paranoid that if I listen to music on my phone, I'm going to end up having a phone with a dead battery right when I'm standing somewhere and my bike just dies or whatever. You know, yeah, I just know something like that would happen, so I don't want to use my phone for listening to music. I always use my iPod. And in my record player is, right now, as I said, this album by Dokken, Under Lock and Key is what it's called. And yeah. And then question number 4, what's the most musically involved you've ever been? At the end of primary school we had to do a musical with all like the kids that were in the last grade before going to high school, because when you're 12, about 12 years old, that's like the last group in primary school here in the Netherlands, and then after that you go to high school. So yeah, as a sort of ending of our primary school days, we had to do a musical. I absolutely hated it, because I was really shy, so really I did not enjoy it at all. It was something about a ghost hotel, and I played a ghost and a letter reader. Yeah, there were letters involved and someone had to read them, and there were 3 of us and I had to read letters as well. Just to sort of give you an image of how that went. When I had to be on stage reading a letter, I read the letter like this. Yep, with the letter in front of my face. I was that shy. And as a ghost, we all had sheets over our heads, like regular bed sheets, just, you know, very cheap solution. And I tried to hide behind the other ghosts. Like there were 3 of us as well, and yeah, I just tried to hide behind the other 2. And during all the songs, all the kids had to be on stage and singing, and I tried to hide between other children or the side of the stage as well. Yeah, I'll never be a musical star, never. But it was sort of fun when it was over. And yeah, that's basically the most musically involved I've ever been. What musician would you like to hang out with for a day? Actually none, because I'm always sort of paranoid, like when I like someone's music, I don't want to accidentally find out that in real life they're like really unfriendly, uncomfortable, not fun people to be around, you know. I don't want to I don't want to end up liking their music less because I don't like them as a person, so I'd rather not know them personally. Yep. Question number 6 is, name one musician or group you wish would make a comeback. Actually never really wish for that, because like, I don't know, like some bands or musicians, they like don't make albums for 10 years and then they make a new one and it's like completely awesome, like David Bowie did. Like his new albums are still completely awesome, but there's also bands who like return after a decade and then their new stuff is just in my opinion, really not fun anymore to listen to. So you know, you never know how it's gonna work out. Like some bands might return and they'll still be awesome, and some might return and they'll suck. Or at least, you know, you personally wouldn't like them anymore maybe. I mean, yeah. So you never know how it's gonna end up, so I never really wish for that. Name one artist or band you've always wanted to see live but never did. I actually never go to concerts because of one reason. I'm just not the type of person to really concentrate on one thing for very long. Like when I listen to music, I'm usually at the same time either filming a video or writing something or checking up on Facebook, checking up on Instagram, playing a computer game. I never just do one thing. The same goes for like watching movies. I never go to a cinema because I'll just be that annoying person who's constantly playing with her phone. So yeah, it's best to just not do that. Question number 8 is how many music related DVDs do you own? Actually 5, but I still have a Christmas tree here because I'm filming this in December because I'm trying to work ahead so I don't have to film during Christmas, but yeah. Point is, my DVDs are behind the Christmas tree and I can't reach all of them, so yeah. I did manage to grab 2 of them though, like the other 3 are all Europe DVDs that I bought again when I was in high school and never really look at them anymore, basically. But I also have 2 David Bowie DVDs. This is Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, which was from the 70s. And this is the DVD from Reality Tour, which is from 2004. I actually like this one better because on this one they really concentrated on just, you know, the actual music. And on this one there's also some backstage stuff, which I really don't care about. But of course it's up to personal preference in terms of music DVDs. Yep. And also I actually think he sounds better on this DVD than on this one. But yeah, that's again up to personal preference. How many concerts or shows have you been to? Well, like I said earlier, I never go to concerts. So that would be none. What is your favorite movie soundtrack? Well, actually I have 2. I really like the soundtrack from Neverending Story. Not really the movie. I thought the movie was pretty boring. Actually, as a child, at first I thought when I was a really young child it was scary. Then I thought it was boring. Then I sort of thought it was interesting. And then I thought it was boring again. So, yeah, boring mostly won. So, yeah. And I also really like the soundtrack from Labyrinth, of course, because, you know, David Bowie. I actually have this on vinyl. It's actually not the official soundtrack vinyl thing, record, yeah. It's the extended dance version of the main song from the movie. But yeah, I still like it. And yeah, this has the owl version of the Goblin King on the back. And then the Goblin King in his normal shape on the front. And yeah. What was your last musical phase before you wisened up? I can't really say I ever went through phases with music. I mean, I've never been one of those people who had like every album by a certain band or singer and all kinds of posters and everything. I never really did that mainly because I think like most of the music I like is from the 70s and 80s. And that's just not really in fashion anymore, so yeah. So there's less merchandise around, so yeah. I did actually, like, there's one fun story to tell, I guess. Back in primary school, there was this time where, I think it was like at the end of the 90s, where a lot of us kids liked music by Benga Boys. And at that point, none of us really spoke English or understood it, and apparently neither did our parents. And then later, when we did know English, like, later when I listened to the music again, I was like, wow, as a 10-year-old, we were all singing songs about sex. And didn't even know it, so that's sort of really funny. Yeah, to just, you know, realize later. And then the last question is, what's your guilty pleasure that you hate to admit liking? I really don't hate to admit liking anything ever, because no really guilty pleasures or anything. I mean, I even like the song Barbie by Aqua. It's just really fun to sing along. Did that yesterday. So yeah. Well, yeah, that was all my answers to this tag. And yeah, as usual, I don't think I've already said that, but otherwise I'll just say it again. I'll put all the questions down below in the description box for those of you who want to do the tag as well. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye! So that was my entire video on how I do my bangs. Like I said at the beginning, you know, what works for me might not work for you. I mean, everyone's hair is different.